Cultural Center and to the 7th Annual Prevention Idol Contest. My name is Cephas Nolan. I'm the Director of Youth Services for the town of East Hartford. And it was a few years ago when we at Youth Services and the East Hartford Prevention Council were thinking about how do we get the message to our youth about the dangers of drug and alcohol use. And what we found out was the answer was not going to be coming from us adults, but it was going to come from the youth themselves. So the students, the youth, are going to be the messengers of living drug-free and substance-free. I guess you will never guess where we got the idea for the title of this program. I guess from what I've heard that there's a show out there somewhere that has some sort of a similar theme. But probably what's most important is that for tonight you're going to be in for a good evening of entertainment from these young men and women. We've sat through some rehearsals and I'm amazed at the talent that some of them have. But we're going to celebrate some of the great work that's being done for youth in this community, because we're going to be celebrating some of the individuals who've been nominated for this year's 32nd Service to Youth Award. Now this award, which we've been giving out since 1982, is an opportunity for the great work that's being done by a lot of different individuals in the town of East Hartford for our youth. And sometimes we don't know what they're doing, and this is an opportunity to really shine the light on some of the people who are doing some amazing things in this, for the town of East Hartford. As someone who grew up in East Hartford, East Hartford has a long tradition of citizens, coaches, volunteers, professionals, and parents who have always gone above and beyond the call of duty to make a real lasting impact on our youth. And we're not talking about a few years, we're talking generations of youth. And that still continues to this day. So I want to thank everybody for coming and supporting the youth in our community. Those who stand up to be leaders and will be future leaders in the town of East Hartford. And also we're going to celebrate some of the current leaders, some of the adults who also stand up for East Hartford youth. So thank you for being here. And I guess what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the people who've been nominated for the Service to Youth Award. Because all during the program I will be doing a couple of these so that to give you a sense of what is going on and who is doing some amazing things in this community. Now, the first nominee for Service to Youth Award for this year is a couple, Tony and Aileen Mata. And they were nominated by Ed Chapes. So let me tell you a little bit about what they've been doing in this community. Now, Tony and Aileen have been leaders of the Catholic communities of the East Hartford's North End Youth Group for the past 17 to 18 years. Now, this youth group is a Catholic-based organization that brings together youth from the ages of 7th grade through 12th grade, brings them together from the churches, primarily St. Mary's, St. Isaac Joe's, and my alma St. Rose, but all are welcome to join this group. Now, this youth group focuses on several goals: providing kids with trusting, fun environment so that they can discuss life's problems, because as we know, growing up in 2016 is not easy, and challenging each youth to develop a deeper faith, and also providing them with activities that strengthen and nurture the call to serve others. And some of the activities that this youth group has done over the years include serving dinners at St. John's Soup Kitchen, collecting socks and gloves for the Friendship Center. They walk for hunger. They've raised a lot of funds to fight hunger in East Hartford and in the world. And after 8 years of coordinating this effort, Tony and Aileen Mata, they have impacted hundreds and hundreds of teens in this community. and positively impacted the lives of thousands of East Hartford residents. And unfortunately, they weren't able to be with us today, but we do want to thank them for all that they do for East Hartford youth. So let's give them a round of applause. And with that, we will start with our first contestant tonight, and he will be right on.
Never meant to cause you any sorrow. Never meant to cause you any pain. All I wanted one time, see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain.
Our next nominee for the Service to Youth Award is a young woman by the name of Ana Vasquez. And Ana is a therapist at Youth Services and has been part of the agency for the past 9 years. And she was nominated by Lucille Quinn, who also works there. And the reason that Ana was nominated is that she's one of those people who goes above and beyond for her clients. And she had a couple of clients, 2 teenagers, who basically were failing school. They had massive amount of trauma in their early years, and things just weren't looking good for them. Well, over the years, Ida had worked with them, had done some great work, and both girls have been able to graduate high school. One is currently in college, no, I should say graduate with honors. And one is on their way to college, and the other one is now getting ready for work. And these were girls who, and just an example of many of the cases that she works with, she went out of her way and looked for every resource that was available for these 2. She also became much more, almost a mother figure to them. And if you know therapists, for the most part, we like to, therapy begins at the door and ends when you leave. Not Friday. She goes out of her way to really work with the children that she has and do all that she can. So she, again, was nominated for Service to Youth Award for this year. So why don't we give her a hand.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Danny Doan, and I'll be playing an original piece called Stressful Times. This is my last year in high school, so I had a lot of stressful times, like college applications, waiting for those horrible college letters of declines or awesome letters of acceptance, waitlisting, and then just saying goodbye to all your friends. And so I dedicate this song to those angst and worry times in high school. didn't name it yet, but, whatever. Surrounded by mortal syncopated tunes, as one song makes you move and happy, the other makes you cry and sappy. Each song with its own act, each song with its own haunting subtract. Away from the voices that never stop, stabbing and tearing the shattered hearts. Black ominous showered the apparitions. I heard the never-ending melodies play. In the seas of agony and the sands of pain, they did a spiritless cry. They did a spiritless cry. To melodies of the heart, misery to the eye. Coming from the broken creatures, I heard them sing that poor phantom moan. No one in this world to care, I'm just all by myself. A gloomy essence with pain to bear, and a strain to the heart itself. And far tonight they crooned that tune, the stars slipped away, and so did the moon. The morning joy went out as it fled, while the melodies echoed through their head. Humanity as cold steps already dead, they are quiet, but their souls scream in dread. Thank you.
Our next nomination is the East Hartford Police Department. Now, the East Hartford Police Department was nominated for their contribution to youth in the East Hartford community through their collaboration in a program called Adventure Plus. Beginning in the spring of 2012, Adventure Plus was designed to improve and build better relationships between the East Hartford youth and the East Hartford Police Department. To date, there have been over 800 youth between the grades of 6 to 12 who have participated in this program. But this program has not just been beneficial to the officers, to the youth, but has generated great support from the officers and the administration of the police department. And to date, there's been over 50 officers, which is more than a third of the police department that has participated in this program. And some officers have come back over and over again. Some have come back more than a dozen times to come and work, play, communicate with the students at the middle school, at the high school, and at Synergy, the alternative high school. So what this program is facilitators from youth services guide the students and the officers in team building activities, plan discussion, and what it does, it opens up dialogue. And it provides a means for both groups to build respect and understanding. And that respect and understanding carries outside of the school, and it carries out into the community. And let me give you a couple of quotes from some people who have, observed the program. Chief Sampson, who was our chief of police, said, "This program is leading the way in building positive interactions with the police. The investment made now will pay back dividends in the lives of these kids for many years to come. Furthermore, the officers get just as much out of it as the kids." And the principal at Synergy, Dr. Anhaus, said that this was a life-changing event for our kids. Given the current climate of mistrust between adolescents and the police, these initiatives are more important than ever. And thanks East Hartford Police Department Youth Services, and we are fortunate to work in a town that understands the importance of collaboration. And I could tell you a lot of stories about the positive impact that this program has had. And I'll give you one example. We had a program last summer where the police and youth met all day for, they went down the riverfront recapture and they got to know each other. That night, a kid got into a fight. And the kid was then worried that this other kid was going to bring in another 6, 7 kids and the fight would escalate. Well, this kid called the police department, asked for the officer that he found, that he had met that day. That officer then the next day went, picked up the kid, and talked to him and coached him about what to do as he drove him to the program. Now, that would not have happened if they had not met the day before, build a relationship, a real trusting relationship. It's just been amazing how in a few short hours, working together, that the youth get to understand police, why they do what they do. Police get to understand the kids, and then out in the community, instead of running from each other, they wave, they talk, they know each other's names. It's been a very, very impactful program. So the Adventure Plus program is a program that was nominated for Service to Youth Award this year, and I think very well deserved. Let's take this.
Hi everyone. So my name is Emmanuel Cruz. This is Holland Brett. And we're going to be doing a little bit of dance retreat. We're from East Hartford High School.
Our next nominated person is Isis Morello, and she was nominated by Sarah Berry, who is the Service Learning Coordinator at East Hartford High School. And Isis is the only adolescent in this group that was nominated. So she's an East Hartford High student who was nominated for her work for the past 2 years with the service club at the high school and her work in the community as a whole. She's been described as being someone who impresses with her sincerity, her motivation, and her devotion to her community. She's been described as a kind and caring individual who demonstrates empathy and compassion with a strong desire to build. She constantly volunteers for service learning opportunities and is involved with the actual planning of many activities for her classmates, but also for the school improvement as a whole. So, and I guess Sarah has recognized a considerable amount of growth in her over the past 2 years, as she has been tirelessly organizing events and fundraisers. The other things that she's passionate about is education, which she recognizes as the key to success. along with her eagerness to help others. And all of these things, I think, will lead her very far in life. She will no doubt continue to grow and develop and be an asset to her program, to her school, and to the East Hartford community. So, 2016 nominee, Isis Morello. Is Isis here? No? Okay. Well, then we will give her a round of applause for all the work.